The time is 6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Tilani Pires. $200 million credit line from Pakistan. 29 specialized examination centers for candidates who have contracted the COVID-19 disease. The price of all the vegetables are being slashed. The Lady Ridge Children's Hospital requests the parents to protect their kids from the coronavirus. The Minister of Tourism says the industry is booming gradually. The Education Minister says no power cuts will take place during the GC Advanced Level examination. And on international news, the US Olympic officials warn athletes heading to Beijing that their communications could be monitored. Sri Lanka is negotiating a $200 million credit line from Pakistan. Trade Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says the facility will be utilized to import rice, cement and medicinal drugs. He said the proposals on the credit line had been discussed during his recent official visit to Pakistan. According to the minister, importation of goods under the credit line will be carried out by the State Trading Corporation. The Trade Ministry is to submit the draft agreement soon to the Finance Ministry. Cement, basmati rice and medicines manufactured in Pakistan will be imported this year under the credit line, the minister added. Minister Gunawardena also noted that Sri Lanka had been able to export $500 million worth of goods to Pakistan under the Pakistan-Sri Lanka Free Trade Agreement. He said he held talks with Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan aimed at increasing the amount of exports to Pakistan under the Free Trade Agreement to $2 billion. The GC Advanced Level examination will be held from February 7th to March 5th at 2,438 examination centres island-wide. Commissioner General of Examinations, MD Dharmasena, said a total of 345,242 schools and private candidates are sitting for the GC Advanced Level examination. He added 29 specialized examination centres will be set up for candidates who have contracted the COVID-19 disease. This time, 316 examination coordinating centres will be functioning for the 2,438 examination centres, and each examination centre has a special room or two reserved for quarantined students. The examination department also announced to contact the Commissioner General of Examinations on 0714-679-679. That number once again, 0714-679-679, if there is any fraud or irregularity in the examination. The unions of traders of the dedicated economic centres say the prices of all vegetable prices are now being dropped. They said a kilogram of leeks was selling at 160 rupees, whereas last December it was 414 rupees. Cabbage was selling at 200 rupees a kilo, and carrot and all up-country and low-country vegetables prices had been slashed significantly. The union said the reduced prices would be better for the consumers, but it was unfair for the farmers who have spent a lot of their cultivation at this critical juncture. Meanwhile, the All Ceylon Farmers Federation also said farmers continue to suffer from the shortage of fertilizer, low-quality organic fertilizer, unavailability of weedicide and pesticide, and from the fuel price increase. The director of the Lady Ridge Children's Hospital, consultant Dr. G. Vijaysurya, says that it is the responsibility of the parents to protect their kids at home from the coronavirus. He added that there are about 50 coronavirus-infected kids taking treatment in the hospital at present. The director emphasizes that measures have been taken to control the spread of the virus to other wards. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Minister of Tourism says the industry is booming gradually. It said about 80,000 tourists have arrived in the island during the first month of this year. It has been reported over 12,000 Russian tourists had visited the island, and number of Indian tourists count around 11,000. Our correspondent said a large number of tourists from Ukraine, the UK and Germany have also visited the country during the past few days. It is also reported only 1,682 tourists have visited the island the first month of last year, counting around 194,000 tourists arrivals throughout the year 2021. The Minister of Education, Dinesh Gunawardena, says no power cuts will take place during the GCE Advanced Level Examination. He said authorities have been instructed to provide uninterrupted power supply during the period. The Minister states that he hoped that there would be no power cuts during the GCE Advanced Level Examination. The 2021 GCE Advanced Level Examination is scheduled to commence on February 7th, 2022 and conclude on March 5th. At a function held in Homagama, the minister said the Commission of Examinations has made all arrangements for the examination which are scheduled to be held last November on the instructions of the ministry. The Minister of Education also said that he is trying his best to reduce the vacuum period between the examination and releasing the results. The minister also said that if delays in examination results and delays in entering the university are prevented, about an year's time can be recovered for the child's education. The scrutiny process of the Grade 5 scholarship examination will commence tomorrow. Commissioner General of Examinations, MD Dharmasena, says the department is hoping to release the results shortly. That ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhaloka Vedamahatma.
The GC Advanced Level Examination will be held from February 7th to March 5th at 2,438 examination centres island-wide. The Commissioner General of Examinations, MD Dharmasena, said a total of 345,242 schools and private candidates are sitting for the GC Advanced Level Examination. He added 29 specialised examination centres will be set up for candidates who have contracted the COVID-19 disease. This time, 316 examination coordinating centres will be functioning for the 2,438 examination centres, and each examination centre has a special room or two reserved for quarantined students. The Examination Department also announced to contact Commissioner General of Examinations on 071 679 679. That number once again, 0714-679-679, 0714-679-679, if there is any fraud or irregularity in the examination. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhaloka Vedamahatma.
And on Watch Light this evening, a special vaccination program will be implemented shortly. The Army Commander General Shavendra Silva says mobile vaccination centres will be deployed to administer the booster dose. He said that there has been an increase in COVID-19 infections over the past couple of days and urged the people who have not yet received the booster dose to get it as soon as possible. The Army Commander said all Triforces personnel were utilised to commence special vaccination centres in order to vaccinate every citizen of the country. He said that they are expecting to administer the vaccine through mobile centres within the next 2 weeks. That came to you in Watchlight. Coming up, World News. World News headlines. The US Olympic officials warn athletes heading to Beijing that their communications could be monitored. The UN urged the Taliban to uphold the basic human rights that belong to every girl and woman. Russia's population declined by more than 1 million people in 2021, Statistics Agency reveals. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres urged the Taliban to uphold the basic human rights that belong to every girl and woman. The UN chief has tweeted today, women and girls are once again being denied their rights to education, employment and equal justice in Afghanistan. He said the Taliban must recognize and uphold the basic human rights that belong to every girl and woman. The UN also said Afghanistan is struggling with drought, a pandemic and economic collapse and the effects for years of conflict. UN estimates more than half the population will be facing famine this winter and 97% of the population could fall below the poverty line this year. However, UN chief earlier on Wednesday said the world cannot abandon the country now for the sake of its people and overall global security. The statistics agency Rosstat reported Russia's population declined by more than 1 million people in 2021. Ongoing demographic woes have been exacerbated by the pandemic, with Rostat figures showing more than 660,000 had died of the coronavirus since health officials recorded the first case in the country. The new figures continue a downward trend from the previous year when Russia's population fell by more than 500,000. The COVID-related fatalities figures published monthly by Rostat are far higher than death figures released by the government website. Security experts are warning of security flaws in a smartphone app that is mandatory for participants in the Beijing Winter Olympics. Athletes, officials and reporters are required to use the app to keep track of their health conditions as part of coronavirus prevention measures. But researchers at the University of Toronto say it has a vulnerability that allows the third parties to extract data. They also say it is unclear how Chinese authorities plan to use the data collected by the app. The Reuters news agency says US Olympic officials have warned athletes heading to Beijing that their communications could be monitored or leaked. The Olympic committees of the US, Canada and the Netherlands have urged their athletes and officials to rent mobile phones and leave their main devices at home. However, China's foreign ministry says that those countries are making unfounded accusations. Back to the world news headlines. The US Olympic officials warn athletes heading to Beijing that their communications could be monitored. The UN urged the Taliban to uphold the basic human rights that belong to every girl and woman. Russia's population declined by more than 1 million people in 2021, statistics agency reveals. That ends World News.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Moving on with development news, Information and Communication Technology Agency, ICTA, announced that the World Bank Group and ICTA will kick off a joint technical study. The findings of this joint technical and advisory study are expected to assist Sri Lanka's government in prioritizing the potential areas of digital transformation that need World Bank support, including financing and technical advisory assistance. The ICTA said the study would be carried out under the thematic areas of digital governance, digital government services, digital economy and digital connectivity. That came to you in Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Coming up, sports news. England and Australia drew the one-off Women's Ashes Test in Canberra in one of the most incredible finals cricket has seen. Chasing a record 257, England were on course for a stunning win and required 45 runs from 60 balls with 7 wickets left. But as the tension grew to a crescendo, England lost 6 wickets for just 26 runs. Australia fighting back to close in on a win that would have seen them retain the Ashes when 2 wickets fell with 3 overs to go. England suddenly switched to survival mode in an attempt to keep the series alive. Number 11 Kate Cross faced 12 balls at the end, blocking out the final over as England fell 12 runs short of their target, but at least ensured the 4 points on offer for the test were shared. The finish was only possible because Australia declared on 216 for 7, half an hour before tea, leaving England 48 overs to reach their target. The result leaves Australia leading 6-4 in the multi-format points-based series. They will only have to win one of the 3 one-day internationals that follow to retain the Ashes. The first ODI begins at 03:10 GMT on Thursday, also at Manuka Oval. That ends Sports News.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
And on business news, the manufacturers and distributors wide range of products under the trade name Dash Multichem International Limited has begun exporting its products to several international markets in Asia and Oceania. The company is also planning to enter Africa. The Dash brand includes a wide range of products in the car care, hospital, household care, home fragrances and laundry care sectors. The Dash brand includes a wide range of products in the car care, household care, home fragrances and laundry care sectors. Multichem International Limited, which has been awarded ISO 9001-2015 certification, is Sri Lanka's pioneer in environment-friendly cleaning products, having launched the country's first biodegradable, safe cleaning products over 28 years ago. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Moving on with economic news, small and medium-scale apparel producers have called on the authorities to assist the sector in expanding Sri Lanka's apparel production capacity. They say the opportunities stemming from the ongoing post-COVID rebalancing of global trade will help them to capitalize the field. At the recently held 26th Annual General Meeting of the Sri Lanka Chamber of Garment Exporters, held at the Hilton Colombo Residencies, the body represents the country's small and medium-scale apparel producers. Rainbow Clothing Managing Director Bandula Fernando was re-elected the President of the Chamber for 2022-2023 during the event. That came to you on Economic News.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Weather Report. The Department of Meteorology says a few showers will occur at northern, north central, eastern Uva provinces and in Matale and Nuwara districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the Sabaragamu province, Kalutara, Galle and Matara districts during the evening or night. Showers may occur at several places in the sea areas of the coast extending from Kankasanture to Pothuwil via Trincomalee and Batticaloa. The sea areas of the coast extending from Kankasanture to Chilau via Mannar and Puttalam will be fairly rough at times. That was the weather report. And now to this news broadcast, the main points once again. $200 million credit line from Pakistan. 29 specialized examination centers for candidates who have contracted the COVID-19 disease. The prices of all the vegetables are being slashed. The Lady Ridgeway Children's Hospital requests the parents to protect their kids from the coronavirus. The Minister of Tourism says the industry is booming gradually. The Education Minister says no park cuts will take place during the GCE advanced level examination. And on international news, the US Olympic officials warn athletes heading to Beijing that their communications could be monitored. That ends this news broadcast.